Widgets are small little blocks of code that you can add to either your web page or to specific sections of your website to increase its functionality. There are two types of widgets: static and dynamic. Static widgets are widgets that permanently stay on your website screen and they don't change at all depending on what your user or visitor does. Here's an example of a static widget, and as you can see here, we've got things like our name, our contact number, and other things like our email address. A dynamic widget is a widget that changes depending on how your user interacts with your website. So for example, this is a dynamic widget. As you can see here, depending on how the user tweaks and adjusts the widget, it changes what products that it's going to display on the web page itself without taking us onto a new web page. And this is called a dynamic widget, or Ajax. So let's look at some of these static widgets and see how they can fit into your footer. So I'm in the back office now, and let's go to Appearance and Widgets. And here we can see the widgets that we can apply to our footers. So if I show you PODTech's website, we can see at the bottom it's split into 4 columns here. In the same way, we've got 4 columns here to fill out our footer. So let's look at the first one. So click the drop down, add block, and we're going to search for contact info, which is this one here. Now we can change all of these settings here. We can change the style. We don't need any of this text, so let's delete that. And if we just click update, and let's view our front end, you can see that we've got these default tabs here now. So let's look at changing these up so that they reflect our business information. So click on the widget. This one represents the address, which is here. So I'm just going to put in Oxford, England. We don't need a link. The next one is the phone, this one here. So you can put your phone number in there. So I'm just going to paste ours in. Mobile, I like to change this one to say WhatsApp. This is particularly useful if you have a lot of international clients. And then I'm going to paste my WhatsApp information there. We don't have a fax, so to remove that, you just delete all the content. Email, I'll put our email address. And if we have any other websites, we can include that there too. And we don't have Skype, so let's remove that. Click update. And now if we come to the front end and refresh, we can see all our information has been set. Let's minimize this widget. The next one we're going to add is social icons. So if you click the widget and search for social icons. Again, you can change the text. You can change the color. So I'm going to put background color blue, background hover dark blue. And then you can paste in your Twitter, Instagram, that kind of thing in there. So I'm going to paste ours like that. And that's that widget done. So let's hit update. See how it looks on the front end. And now if we click those, it will take us to that Facebook page, like so. Now we're going to add recent posts, and this comes in particularly useful if you have any blogs. We haven't designed any blogs yet, but we'll put it in just in case. So let's search for recent posts there. And we want to display 3, post type, and that's all fine like that. Click update, hit refresh. So as you can see, there's no post found because we haven't made any. So I'm just going to quickly make a blog post so you can see how it will look. So I've quickly just made a test post for you guys to see how it looks. And as you can see now, it all appears here. So the more we make, they'll just slowly appear as blocks underneath this section. You can then click them and it takes you into the post. Now we're going to make a menu together. So for this, you will need to make some pages. So I'm going to create some pages quickly. So I've quickly created a few pages just so that I can illustrate how to create a custom menu. So now once you've done that, come to Appearance, Menus, and we're going to name this menu Footer. Click Create. And then let's add some of these menu pages to our menu like that. And then you can reorder them like so. Click Save. And now let's come back into widgets. And for footer 4, we're going to type custom menu. And in title, we're going to put useful links. Select footer. Menu color, we're going to make it blue. Menu hover, dark blue. Click update. Let's refresh. And now we've got some useful links here. So later on in the course, once you've built a few more pages, you can then come back and add them in there later. And that's how you create a custom footer. As we mentioned earlier in the video, these are what we would call static widgets. So now we're going to look at the bottom bar, which is this black bar here. Now, as you can see, it says copyright Ocean WP theme by Nick. So let's look at changing that. So to change that, we're going to go customize. And then we want to go to footer bottom. And you can see here we've got copyright, Ocean WP date, and then the dash, and Ocean WP theme by Nick. Now, one of the reasons I really like this theme is because this shortcode here actually updates the year automatically. So you can see at the bottom here, it says 2021. So next year it will then say 2022 without you having to remember, come back in and change it. So let's change the name to PODTech CIC, and then you could maybe put registered in the UK, and then possibly your registration number. I'm just going to make one up there. Then click publish and cross to close. And that's our footer and bottom bar all sorted.